have any cordage with you, everybody's got cordage on them at the minute, in that they're wearing shoes with bootlaces on it. And last week we actually were able to make fire using bootlaces, so it's very useful.
Make fire with a shoelace?
Yeah, just using fabric friction. But if you didn't have cordage, you'd have to obviously make some. Okay. Now these aren't native to Britain. They're New Zealand flax. And guess where they're from?
New Zealand.
How did you know that? You've done this before.
Just an
That's
expert.
that's actual flax from a mill that our friend got us a long time ago, which is absolutely superb. You see those big long fibres? Basically the secret to the cordage is you need a plant that has long fibres in it. Okay? Some of the native plants that we have that can produce cordage are elm, which is a tree. Okay? Basically the bark of an elm. So that's what I peeled off there. Just peels off one big long strip. Okay? And as simple as cordage goes, if I double that up, twist it a bit, I can hardly break it. You know? Very, very strong. Have a feel there yourself. So basically what we do is we harvest something like that, okay? It's obviously best, see all these side branches? That just makes it weak, alright? So what you want to do is find something that's long and straight that you can get the bark off in one piece, and then it has to be processed further, okay? The knot that Paul showed you earlier on for the pine roots, which was the clove hitch, it's basically a very good knot for wild primitive cordage because it's not complicated and it's not doesn't have lots of tight bends and things. So the simpler the better because they're not as flexible as we would normally have. That's a bramble, which produces very, very good cordage. Okay, except it's covered in spikes, so it's not so user friendly. But basically all you do is, it's always the outer skin. Okay, what you would do is you would peel that back until you get this outer core off. See this stuff? And then you can separate that off the pith and you work from there with it. See the way that's coming off in strips like that? Alright. I'm not going to use this today because it's just a pain in the ass to work with really. But if that's all you had, if you have plenty of brambles about, you can start to use it. Now one that everybody will know is nettles. Nettles are like so useful for everyone. You get rid of the stings. Get rid of all these wee side branches. Okay. Then we can split it open. See the way it's got a pith inside it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Split it open. Like so. Like that. And it'll start to split the whole length now. Okay. These wee nodules, these wee nodes where the leaves grow out or to slow you down a wee bit. So you have to kind of just pop those open. So once you get to a bit where it's getting a bit thin, there's no real point in keeping it. So you open it out then, like that. So it's nice and flat. Break it in two. That's all the pith coming from the inside. You don't want that obviously. You don't want any woody bits in your cordage. That'll just come off in a nice sheet. See, we're starting to get now. And nettles is actually one of the strongest fibres in the plant kingdom, but it's very, very difficult to process, as you can see. Firstly because of the stings, that are a pain that way, but then all these wee bits that you have to kind of do. Where the likes of flax, all they basically do is cut that and then go through a few combs, you know, and you get that, which is lovely to work with. But we don't obviously have flax growing anywhere here, so we have to work with nettles. You make fishing lines and things out of these. So strong. Anyway. So once we get to that stage, get all this stuff out of it. Right. Separate these out. So you have individual strands. You can go to all sorts of levels processing these things, but for simple, just what we're using them for, if you just a wee snare or tying something up, this is all we need to do. You just work it a wee bit. It's hard to roll something that's flat, okay? Just work it a wee bit. These nodes, you can hear them cracking there. So you can get, if you get really long nettles towards the end of the summer, you know, they can be nearly 6 feet high. You can have lengths of this stuff that long. Process it all. But basically how you do it is, you twist it, okay, one direction like that. You know, like the band. One direction. There's a number of it behind us.
It's young enough.
So basically it starts to twist like that, okay? Then what happens is it wants to kink. So if I just go like this, it kinks itself. See that? Then all you have to do is hold that. You twist one side, trap it, twist the other side, trap it, then let go of that, and it forms up. Okay? So it's starting to become string now. So what you would do is, you would have two lengths here that are different lengths, basically staggered, alright? And as you want to make it longer, you add wee bits into it. We're going to be doing this with this cord line, or this sound using the pack. Then whenever you want to make it longer, you just put a new bit in, okay? Twist it in like that.
Are you twisting them both in the same direction?
That's the only way they'll lock together. This is pretty tack-handedly done, but alright. So we're starting to get a wee bit of cordage now. Anyway, so you would just keep adding bits in. Okay? This stuff here is lime bark, which we got from just over. See that branch lying down there? Just on the ground, quite a big branch. That's lime, alright. And this is the inner bark, which is again an absolutely fantastic source of cordage. This is a wee bit here that I knocked up. You can see there, that's the stuff that forms it. This is one I did earlier. Yeah, it is actually. So basically, the secret to cordage, right, is try to get bits that are an equal width. Okay. So whenever you're processing this stuff, you basically take it, stick your thumb into it, and separate it out like that. All right. Just keep doing that. This is really long fibers running the full length. Okay. So it's very easy to make cordage with, basically. Separate it out until you have bits that are of equal length, like that, or sorry, equal width I should say, like so, okay, bits like that. Then you take your longest piece, get it started in your twist like that, okay, twist it up, let it go and it will form a little kink, okay. So, alright, it's really that easy. That's it starting to form up. Alright, just keep doing that. So I want you to make probably about 30 centimeters, as much as you want really, like, but it'll take a while. Okay, you separate it all out, then you get your wee bits. Yeah. Beautiful.